The thing I learned about pain is that it is temporary. Right now, at the time of this recording, I am not showing it. No, I'm not even showing it around those around me. The thing about pain is I'm actually going through quite immense pain where I have been struggling to fall asleep. And that has been going on since after my 22nd injection. And I think the reason being is because I was fine the first 2-3 days, but after I get the injection, please excuse this fly, after I get the injection, it becomes really, really itchy, like where the injection site is, and I began to scratch it a lot. Like when I say really itchy, I mean like really, really itchy. And after I scratched it, then I started to notice pain. And my pain, I'm talking about not just like, oh, like my back is aching, or the injection site is aching. No, I'm talking about like this is pulsating. When I sit up like this, it's hurts, but not like too bad. But as soon as I recline back to use the rest to go pee or to even lay down, oh, the pain becomes so pulsating. You ever felt pain so much where where like the more you breathe, you want to hold your breath because it just hurts. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know really how to describe that. But when I recline back or when I use the restroom, when I go pee on the chair, the pain becomes so pulsating where it's like nearly unbearable, where I get really hot. I try not to breathe because the more I breathe, it hurts even more. And I'm currently going through that at the moment. And this happened last time. For those of you who have been following me for quite some time, is you know that my previous injection, which was in December, you will know that I had went through this phase. And however, last time I actually had to go to the hospital twice, and they had to give me, they did a CT scan. They did an x-ray. X-ray showed nothing. Then they did a CT scan. CT scan showed, I think, inflammation. I think it was inflammation. Or pinched nerve, one of the two. And then they had to give me a steroid shot, and then they also gave me pain medication through the vein. And that helped a lot. So I'm thinking, by me reflecting off of my last experience to now, I'm trying to think, okay, could that have been prevented? Because the medical professionals and everyone involved during this procedure, it was not their fault. There's literally nothing that they did that could have been improved or could have been prevented from me feeling this way. It's nothing on their end. I wanted to highlight that quickly on this video as well. I think from just my own observation from reflecting, you literally learn as you go. And the way I think is anytime I feel something or anything that I come across, I'll try to understand why. In this context of the video, I started to feel the pain like nearly exactly the way I was feeling the last time. So now it has my attention as to, okay, why am I feeling that? Why am I feeling like this? How can I maybe prevent this? Or what could I do to maybe prevent this from happening again? And this is my only second time. So by me having this second experience, I'm able to reflect off of the first one in hopes that the third one, I'm able to prevent the way how I am currently feeling now. So but by my own observation is after I had the injection, I was fine. Like I had my injection, I was fine, I was okay. I had a headache, but that's like normal, not just for me, but for a lot of people who take Spinraza through the lumbar puncture when they get it administered that way. And as I was reflecting on it, I was thinking, okay, you were fine like the first 2-3 days, like you were okay after the injection. Like you weren't, yes, you had a headache, which again is normal. It's my normalcy. It's expected after every injection. But as soon as I started to scratch the area of where the injection was, then literally like maybe, I think it was like the next day, I want to say maybe that night, but I don't believe it was that night. I'm gearing more towards the next day. As soon as I woke up, I felt fine. But as soon as I sat up, that's when I started to feel the pain again. So I'm starting to think, and this is from my own observation, I can't say 100% this is it. I won't know until my next injection, really. But as soon as I started scratching the area, because it was, you ever had a scratch where one, it just doesn't go away, but two, when you scratch it, it feels good, where like, you're like, okay, I can bear through, the itching afterwards. I don't know, you ever had a scratch like that? And I had a scratch like that. But me having the scratch like that is I would scratch it so much where I ended up waking up the next day and I started to feel the way how I felt the first time with my back. And it is getting better now, thankfully, fortunately. But I'm starting to think the reason why I think I am going through this experience is because, again, I was fine the first 2 to 3 days. I was okay. I was fine. That I experienced nothing out of the ordinary. But as soon as I scratched it, scratch the area, not like the actual incision, right? Because you don't want to get an infection, especially from your fingernails. But when I started to scratch the area, then the next day I started to experience how I was feeling previously, which was feeling pain. And my assumption is, again, I won't know, I really can't say if this is 100% true or this is exactly the reasoning. Until my next injection, I won't be able to know this. But I'm thinking, because I scratched it, I'm thinking there's no outside bruising, there's no outside marks or any indication that something is there. Like my skin looks completely normal. But I'm thinking once I scratched it, underneath is getting inflamed. Or inflamed. Yeah, inflamed is the right word. I believe that that there's inflammation going on underneath near the area where it's causing a pinched nerve. It's causing something underneath that is not visible to the human eye that is bringing this pain. Now, this is what I personally believe. So what I started to do now is I'm taking Motrin and I'm also taking pain medication to help subside with the pain. And as well, I'm not leaning back too much like I usually am, which is going to have some pros and cons. Is going to have pros and cons, right? Because I'm not relieving pressure off my back and I'm not elevating my feet, which is, is not the greatest option for me as well. But the reason why I'm trying the best to stay in this position is because I have noticed just within these past 24 hours is by me not reclining my wheelchair back, because my wheelchair can lay into a bed, like my feet goes up and then my back will lean back. So my wheelchair will nearly get to like a 90% flat bed, like an actual bed. And which is a blessing within itself, right? And but within the past 24 hours, I'm not doing that. And I have noticed that because I'm not moving like I usually do, by elevating my feet for the blood flow, reclining my wheelchair back for pressure points, right? To stretch, even. By me not doing so, and by me not, I guess, irritating the area because I'm not doing that, I am starting to feel a little bit better. And I personally didn't want to go to the hospital. It's not as intense as the last time. The last time was very, very, when I say unbearable, I mean I couldn't even sit up. Like, imagine that. The last time I literally could not sit up. The ambulance had to come, transfer me from the bed onto the gurney, and I had to go laying down. I don't like to be in the ambulance laying down. It's just not me. I like to look out the window and stuff. But where I was going with this is or not where I was going with this, but what I wanted to highlight is one, it's not as bad as the last time. I just wanted to give you a quick example, but it was starting to get to that point a little bit. And I am just fortunate that hopefully, I'm going to knock on wood here, hopefully that I don't have to end up going to the hospital and I do continue to get better. I wanted to personally document this process and document how I'm feeling after my 22nd, 23rd injection. And again, it's no medical professional's fault. not the doctor's, nurse, the team involved. It's not their fault. There's literally nothing that they could have done or maybe could improve on. This is just, I wanted to personally share this because if there's someone who maybe goes through the same thing and they happen to come across my video, try not to scratch the area. Try not to scratch the area and see if that helps. And if you are going through the same thing and you know something that I don't, please let me know as well. Not only will it would be great for me to know, but it would also be great for other SMA. It would be great to know within the SMA community. I want to personally share this and share this with you guys. I recently did an Instagram poll where you guys had requested more storytelling content, and I wanted to you ask and you shall receive, right? And yeah, I wanted to make this video. Well, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope this video was able to bring some form of value to and for you guys. I know this is a little bit more about me and about my personal journey. And this is a little bit more out of my comfort zone. The reason why I say it's out of my comfort zone is because usually I come in with the intention to record content or have an idea to like, how can I best be of service to you? That's how my mindset has always been. That's the kind of the aim, the goal that I had towards creating content. You know, what can I do for you? How can I be of service to and for you? And so when I did the Instagram poll and I was like, do you guys like, would you guys like me to still create content like that? Would you like content? I did a poll asking I think 4 different questions, and the one that got the most votes was more storytelling content. So I'm going to work on that, and I hope that you guys like it. Let me know too what you guys would personally like to hear me talk about, share with you guys. I will do my absolute best. I am an open book. I am quite an open book. However, I choose to be private with certain things. I choose to be private with certain things, right? But I am an open book, and I am open to the idea of sharing and answering any questions you may have, whether it's about my personal life, whether it's something that I do, whether it's something that has helped me, anything. Anyhow, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.